Good evening. So today's class basically is going to be a review of what we did. That's your UI design. So about the we're not getting comments on your stuff. I think quite a number of people got comments on their work, while some didn't. It does not mean that we decide to choose who we are going to give comments to. Actually, that is why we are doing this review session. Quite a number of you have similar challenges. So we decided that, okay, let's just run a review section that actually covers everything instead of having to comment the same thing all over again on each person's board. So from today's class, you will, like I say, if the shoe fits, you wear it, basically. So can you see my screen? I think I'm sharing just a tab. I want to share a window. Let me stop sharing. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, wait, I already stopped sharing, sorry. I want to share a window. No, okay, it's not possible. I have to share my whole screen. Okay, let me share my whole screen then. Share. Just share that. All right, so basically today's class is just to review the designs. So before I even delve into like, we're actually going to design we're going to, hello? Is that for me?
No, that wasn't for you.
Okay, so we're actually going to design an e-commerce hero session. Where do I start from? Okay, let me start by saying that I think almost everybody had, like I said, the same challenges in certain areas where there are like peculiar ones. So I'll go with general one first, and that one is alignment issues. I think even people that had like badass design, I think the issue they had as well was alignment issues, alignment and consistency. So those two things, I think it seems to be lacking with us. And I'll show you what I mean. Let me add my layout grid. I will show you what I mean. Okay, so let's start. Let's take, for instance, someone writes a text. I'm going somewhere, please. Sorry. Okay, let's go here. Let's take it in bits. So I just want to show you guys what I mean. So that whoever falls into this category will see for themselves. Quite a number of people are in this category. I think everyone safe that I've marked so far. Like this. Make it on. Yeah. I did another color today. Okay, so this is what I want to show you guys. When you look at this place now, this is staying on the margin. It is maintaining that this is 100. It's maintaining that this is 100. Let's even put something that will look like a logo safe. Come in, so that you can get what I'm saying. Let's see, that is our logo. Let's just imagine that is our logo, for instance. Let's put that as our logo for now. So you will see that, okay, everything is aligned. This guy is 100, to the margin is 100, to the margin is 100, sorry. Now, what I'm saying, for some people, your section can be 100, though. This one will not be like 110. This one cannot be like 140, or this one will come here small. So it might not be so obvious, but the truth is, it is obvious. Like, I can see it even before I even check that, okay, this thing is not aligned. Or this place, you will see that this place is 87. Or maybe logo to you shifted it is here. So upon seeing your page, if you're giving me if I close this guy now, that is the beauty of using grid. So let me push this guy here without it being aligned. You might not notice, right? Let's see, exactly. You might not notice. For this guy here, this guy is here. They are not the same. They're not on the same line. This guy is 100. Can you see why this guy is 110? But at a glance, you think they are the same, but they are not the same. Like when I opened almost everybody's design, even the ones that had very, very beautiful UI, they had alignment issues. Like, I think the issue here is you guys don't cross-check your work after you are done. Like, it's like, oh, I've already done this stuff, it looks fine. That's all. Another thing is, I think some of us are not using the grade system that Boma taught. Like, that's the whole point of the grade system, is so that you don't miss the mark. Now, I've established the margin, that my margin is 100, 100. It makes it easy for me. Design with your grids. You are not putting grid system just because you want to use grid, or they say that we should use grid, you are going to give us mark. That is not why. The truth is, if I should take out those things that we requested for, like variants, components, blah, 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 almost everyone will not pass, to be honest. Quite a number of people were boosted due to the fact that they made use of variants, due to the fact that they made use of variants, their components, blah, 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 blah. Yes, it's just because we're trying to see that you guys understand what you were taught. It's like, like, let's say in real life, like real life scenario, people don't know if you're using variants or not. What they are saying is your result, right? Maybe in areas like using components and style guide is, it's kind of important because of your stakeholders, your developers, whoever is visiting your page. But in the real sense of it, your design, how it is arranged, is the main point. So if you like use all the variants in this world, use all the components, if your design is not well laid, then please, what is now the point, right? So as much as we want comments, seriously, almost everybody had the same issue. So there's really no point commenting the same thing on each board. But although some people did get comment, that's because they were lucky ones, in the sense that when we started marking, we were commenting. Like, that was the goal, to comment on each board. But seeing that almost everybody was doing the same, having the same issue, why not just have a review session? So that is one thing, alignment. Another thing I've noticed, I think, where people are having issues, which is quite a very popular issue. I don't think it's just about you guys. I've seen it a lot, even with people that have been in the game for a long time. Quite a number of people are having decimal issues. And I think the reason for that is because, let me do this. I think while we people are like working, maybe your hand will move or something, then you will now like put yourself in a constraint. For instance, let me do this with this hero text. This is a text, right? You see this guy here. Let's say you decide to create a fixed size for it. Then you now start. I'm coming. Now start dragging. Where is it safe? I think I'm looking for a very popular reason why people always have decimal points. Let me see. Think. Because I rarely have decimal points, but I know I see it a lot on pages when I review designs. I'm trying to look for a reason why. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Let me take an icon, because it's even more popular with icons. Let me take an icon to show you guys my point. Sorry, I'm sounding like this. I'm not feeling well, please. So just accept my voice as it is. What is the name again? Iconify. All right. Iconify, where are thou? Okay. Let me use this as an example. Because most times nobody intentionally creates decimal points for themselves. I think it happens due to like without knowing. Maybe you've moved something on your work, blah blah blah. Which is why I'm saying that we should always go back to our work.
That one is my own side.
Also, no.
I'm going with you.
Hello. Okay, that was not for me. All right, so let me take this guy as an example. 20. Let me just do it with any size. All right. So let's say this guy now. I changed. Let me even do this. Is when it will even scatter now. I think yes. This is a bad example of this follow through. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm intentionally making this a decimal. That's why it looks awkward. All right. So now can you see this decimal here? Let's say I'm trying to make this stuff also look like it is. Hello?
There's nothing showing on your screen.
Nothing showing on my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
I'm sorry, Tolu, that wasn't for you. Don't worry, that wasn't for you. What's her name? Please, Damina, do not unmute yourself without raising your hand. Don't do that again, please. Thank you very much. Whoever that is, AK or whoever it is, please, nobody should do that again, else I'll remove you from this call. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right, so let me show an example of the decimal issue. Let's say you're trying to arrange your elements, that between this element and this element, I should have a 45. Between this element and this element, I should have a 45. Then you now bring this guy, you want to do 45. Come and see what will happen. Let me just put it in the middle so that you can get the point. I should have a 45. I don't want to use auto layout yet. I want you guys to get my point. Okay. See this guy and this guy, you were able to get your own number 45. This guy and this guy basically get your own number 4. But because this guy has a decimal here by this width, when you want to check the width between this guy and this guy, you see decimal. See, your alignment has already destroyed like that. And quite a number of people on their page, like decimal is plenty, like Oboku is there. So, and these things happen without even knowing. Can we see that sometimes if someone just like smushed their text, like, you know, the text has its own width, then you smushed it without knowing, then it becomes decimal. That's why you have to always go back to your work. Now, this is one way to remove decimal, and I've noticed that many people have issues removing decimal. In a case where you like fixed your will I say, what will I call this part by your dimensions, like you placed them on a fixed or maybe on a constraint proportion. What you have to do is unclick this, because the truth is if you adjust here, that one to be adjust. Can you see? If you adjust here, this guy will adjust. So what you have to do is unclick this to remove your decimal. Basically, all you have to do is round off. Basically, what you can see is, if you know math or a little bit of math that we did in secondary school, when you round off, this thing goes down to 109. But if you don't want to be going through that manual labor, all you have to do is take your cursor. It's going to, once you over this text, any of it, is going to show this horizontal two-sided arrow. Once it shows that, just click on the letter, it will automatically round off for you. Now, personally, if this is not the width you are going for, of course, you can always manipulate it yourself. So that's how you fix decimal, because it seems to be a very popular issue amongst all of us, the old decimal thing. So once you see that your stuff has decimal, do not fret. Just, it sounds like an ad. Anyways, do not fret. Just go to your just go to the left-hand side, at the right-hand side of your Figma board, and adjust it. I think that part is clear. I'm just touching on the small part before we get into the last part on the list of icons. On the left part, do you have a message icon? Okay, I thought someone was asking me a question. All right, so I think we've cleared out those little parts. Then what else was generally noted? Yes, there's that. Now, I said alignment and consistency. Let me clear these things. All right, let's continue. So this is your, let me make them align back again. All right, so this is your let's say this is your Euro text, blah, blah, blah. You aligned everything to be 100. Sorry, you aligned everything to be 100. Okay, everything shall be 100. Then you now decide, okay, you want to do the other side. You've established that your margin, let me be showing this grid so you understand the importance of grid. You establish that your margin is going to be 100, that this is where elements will stop. Now there are exceptions, so I'm not saying that you should not be creative. There are exceptions where you've designed, then you come here and you had like a full background with text and blah, blah. I mean, it happens, no problem. I mean, you can see that it's still even maintaining consistency in itself, kind of, because when you place a text here, it's not like I'm going to put text here. I'm going to maintain your margin. So technically, it still doesn't disrupt anything. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you cannot be creative, please. So anyways, if you establish your margin is 100, so you are maintaining that 100 thanks to your grid. Your grid is giving you the eye that you need to see that you are not missing the mark. So now you could now come on to put image. Let's say this is image. We now decide that maybe because it is image, I can freestyle. The image will now go all the way. And in my head, I'm like, waiting stuff. Like, what happens? Like, you guys have established that your stuff is 100. Why are you going so? Like, why are you going away? Like, why not just, if established is 100, place it on your grid. It actually goes to show that many people do not use grid. You don't tell me that you use grid and you missed the mark. That is the point of grid. Grid is like, it's holding your hand and it's telling you, go here, come here, do this. That's what grid is helping you to do. So there's no way you use grid and you are missing these things. Like, I understand that sometimes our hands could manipulate things without knowing. I noticed those ones. But I saw instances where the disparity was crazy. Like, it was just too much. So I think we should work on our alignment. We should work on our consistency. Once you establish this is your margin, follow through. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Even when you had your elements here, other elements here, let it be established. This is what I've decided to establish. 100, let me follow through. So I think that is that. Having said that, let me touch on another little thing, which is the use of the whole component variance thing. So I think because we said, oh, if you should use any of these three, blah blah blah. People just decided that, okay, my own shall use it. So far, those couple things are showing that it's component, I'm good to go. Truth is, if you know it appropriately, there's no point and there's no mark for that. It does not make, I mean, to be honest, it's not ideal that because, oh, so far that purpose thing is showing. Some people created components in one place, like, and the component was never used, like, it was not even needed. They just created it for something. It was never even used on their screen. It was not like, it was like, they just need to decorate your screen. Same with their variants. So I'm like, what is the point? The whole point of us saying that you should try to use components, variants, and the likes is to see that you understood what you were taught and you're supposed to use it on your work. Another thing is the way we even arrange these things. So let me give an instance. Let me create a component now. Let me just take this button. Let me start from the beginning. Some people come on their screen like this, right? And create their component. Let me just give it a name. Right? Then create their variant, sorry. Create their variant. Just give it another color just to make it. Let's call it, let's just leave it like that. So that brings up. Now I'm seeing this on your hero section, and I'm like, if this stuff was a live website and you see something like this, would you be asking maybe there is an issue somewhere? Like, is it that the developer forgot to clean their board? Because that is what you are telling me, that you forgot to clean your board. You created your component and your variant right on the board that you are designing, like right on the actual designs frame. And I'm like, why? It's not a must that you must put your component and your variant on one, your component, like your style guide and your design on one page. Nah, in fact, ideally, you should have a page called style guide. That is where, that is where you will put your, that is where you put your components, those things, your style guide, to make your board neat. So you just paste it here. This is where my stuff is. This is my, okay, yeah. This is my buttons. This is actually the ideal way It's not a must, you must put it on the same page. I mean, some of you put it on the same page, but you made it's fine. But technically, like if you want better presentation, I would advise that you put it on another page. Your styles, put it here. Not the one that on one frame, I'm seeing your what do you call it, your colors you use, your style guide. I'm seeing your components, your variants, and I'm like, why? So if you wanted to present your work to like the stakeholders or to your front-end developers, that way I'm going to present to them. Are they supposed to code all those things as well? Like, it's none of their business, right? So another issue I had with all of us is, or not all of us, I think quite some people were very nice to their board, is how untidy their boards were. Like, I think the issue here is some of us don't even believe that we are UI UX designers. From what I can see, that's how it looks like. It's like we don't even believe that we are UI UX designers. So like, we're not thinking like we are, in the sense that it's like I'm just doing this to pass. And it's quite funny because automatically by joining this program, the idea I'm having is you are here because you created a career path for yourself and you want to forge it. You want to go ahead with it, right? So why will you be doing this work like, if I put variants, I put components, I will get mark. If I use grid, I will get mark. Like, why will you do it like that? Like, let's just show that you are actually thinking like a UX designer. Let's just show they are thinking like a UI UX designer. That's why we just gave up commenting. It's almost pointless when almost everybody is having the same challenges. So I think going forward, when they give you tasks like this, don't just do this because I must go to stage 5. Nah, if you look at it, we are quite interested in you guys getting it right. That's why you notice that we keep giving bonus tasks, because we believe that, okay, this person did not get it now, person will get it later. Like, there is that belief that you guys are actually thriving to forge their career for yourselves. But the energy we'll be getting so far is like you are acting like, I just want to score mark. It's not about I just want to score mark. Some people might not finish this program, but they will still turn as like very great. So it's not about just, oh, I finished this program. It's about, what did I learn? Like, this journey that I want to start, how am I following through? So it's not about getting marks. To be honest, after you finish getting mark, what now happen? Some people did not even do this whole training stuff. Maybe they were just learning on YouTube, or they were just on their own self-taught, right? So it is not about, oh, I went to KodeCamp. It's beyond that. It's about you. You came here so that you can actually establish something for yourself, or maybe a career for yourself, or blah, blah, blah. Then I think we should all act like this is what you came to do. Don't just do these things for marks. Like, put yourself in it, like immerse yourself in what you do. That's the only way you can enjoy something, to be honest. It's not always about the next, oh, I got this check mark, or they gave me something over 100, or I'm a badass. Now it's about, are you even enjoying it? Like, act like you are enjoying what you do. And I believe that you guys are enjoying it. It's just that you are more focused on the scores that you're going to get than actually acting like a UI designer. So because these things are certain things that I would expect that we take seriously, like a neat board, for instance. Even in school, like typical traditional school, when you want to submit your work, it's supposed to be neat now. You don't just submit work anyhow. I remember when we were in primary school, if your work is rough, they'll penalize you for rough work. Let's talk of a setting like this, because these are things they are going to apply in real life. These are things that are going to apply like in real jobs, real projects. So if we are acting like this now, what happens then? We shouldn't wait until then. Like, we should get used to those things now. So I think we've touched on all the basic things. Now let's try to design an e-commerce website. But before we delve into that, because that's going to be the last part of this class, if you have any questions, please fire on. You can see 2 people. Okay, 3%. All right, Ojo Rachel, please ask your question.
Okay, thank you so much for the explanation and everything. Actually, I'm using my phone to check, so I'm trying to like the correction.
Okay, your voice is quite far, or is it just me?
Okay. Can you hear me now? Is it better now?
Yes, way
Okay.
better.
I said thank you so much for the correction. And as you were making all the points, all the correction, I was trying to check my Figma as well to be sure that I didn't miss out anything. I think the only mistake. Okay, now from what you said, I think I actually did everything. Maybe the only mistake I made was combining my style guide with the same place where I'm making the design. But meanwhile, they're on different frames. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
So I discovered that you've not checked my work. I think it was Uchenna that checked mine, and I'm here to understand where my mistake is. But my question, the major question I have is, if now for my work I have two buttons which I try
Okay.
to do components with.
Yeah.
Now we have, from the last class you explained to us that we have primary button and secondary button. Now the
Mm.
question is that if the text on the primary button is smaller than the text on the secondary button, and I need to
Mm-hmm.
place it on it, how am I going to do it? Because when I was trying to do the assignment, I was like, is the button not supposed to be on the same? I mean, is the button not supposed to be the same size? But my learn more is longer than my shop now. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Because if I'm altering
Okay,
the
you're talking about
text,
the length of your button, Abby, not
yeah,
the text.
exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
sorry. The text is one of the text is longer than the other, but because I've already auto layout, as the text is going, the box will also be going.
mm,
So
yeah.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because from what you taught us, the box must be the same size, or did I miss out something from there?
No, I did not say that the box must be the same size.
Oh,
By
oh,
Marco
oh.
Misita. That's not what I said.
I'm
That's what I said. So it's two things. It's not a must safe that, oh, because this one, let me even use a word. Maybe because this one is shop now. And this one is okay. Let me change it to a stroke so you guys can see the difference. Sorry. And here this one is learn. I
yes.
was making
Now maybe
more
okay.
about us.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with this actually. Like there's no rule that says that.
Okay.
There's no rule that says that, oh, these two, because this one is 201, this one's must be 201. Nah, it all depends on you. If you want it to be like that, that's fine. Just make it look nice. People do that when they want, for instance, in a situation where maybe there's a design that maybe the button is down, the down one is up. You see people do things like this. Can you see? That is how everything, like, if established a width. That's what I did in the last class. I showed two things where if you don't want it to be fixed, like if you don't want it to be like auto-laid in the sense that it follows the established constraints that you've made, you can simply drag by yourself. Can you see? You can simply drag by yourself. So there's no rule that says that because this one is shop now and the other one is Lemo, then you've killed somebody in UI UX. No. So I think that answers your question, right? And you said you put your this in another frame and you put your style guide in another frame and got that. So I'm saying that for the sake of that, for the sake of your submission, yes, we kind of accepted it as long as it is neat. But ideally, I'm saying that ideally, you should put your style. I even mentioned it if it was in the class last time. You should put your style on another page. It makes it neater. The truth is, you'll not be designing only radio session when you start getting jobs. In fact, you're going to do more tasks. It's not radio session you design, you're going to design screens. So you should be able to label your pages. Maybe, okay, this one is like hi-fi design, for instance. And maybe you have another page called lo-fi, that kind of thing. Like the whole point of this naming pages and categorizing things and putting them in front pages so that your work can be neat and easy to locate. Okay, like where I work now, we like it's a very, very, like the portal is very broad. So each week, like they're like individual pages for each module, because one module can have like maybe 10, 15 screens. So you have like each page is named after the module just so that everything can be easy. Makes it easy for anyone that wants to navigate on your board. Not everybody's a UI designer. Not everybody can even use Figma, like maybe navigating through Figma. So make their lives easy, right? Just group things. That's what grouping does. It makes things easy. That's just what I'm saying. Like in real life application, make your work easy to see, make it easy to look at. Like, no distress person, that kind of thing. Okay, that person is raising up their hands. Martina, Shoot.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, shoot.
I'm sorry, I joined the meeting very late, so I just joined the moment you were explaining how to remove the decimal points.
Okay.
So I got the first part where you said we should unlock something, but I missed the other part. I don't know if you can just recap on it.
All right. Hey, I've already did that. Who sent me message? Right. Let me see if it's possible to manipulate this guy. So is it possible? I think it's possible. This is what I'm going to do. People should not laugh. I'm manipulating. So, okay, no, let me just do box. I mean, this as an example. Let's say I want all of these guys to have 24, 24, right? Between them, right? And maybe I mistakenly turned this guy into whatever it is I turned it into. I've established a decimal point. Nice. So you will notice that this one is okay. This one looks 24. Oh, you're happy. Oh, 24. Nice. You now come here 22.95, and you're like, oh my god, where did I see this from? So you keep looking, I keep looking. You can't seem to find why it is 22.95. Then you now continue to you kept changing it by yourself. That okay, this is supposed to be 86. Keep changing it. This is supposed to be this. This is supposed to be this. No. This is supposed to and that stuff. This is supposed to be 84, for instance. You change 84, you're still doing like this, sitting like this. The first thing that should come to your head is this part locked? Because for this place to even be adjusting with this, it means that this place was locked. So all you have to do is unlock. Now, apart from the unlocking thing, in some cases, we know everybody's place is locked. But the whole point is when you see your decimal point, all you have to do is round off. Like for this place now, what you're going to round off, what you're going to round it off to is 80 pixels. All you have to do is round off, the typical math round off. But if you don't want to be going through the manual stress of writing it yourself, all you have to do is over on your like on these letters. Once you over on them, you see this two-edged arrow, horizontal arrows, right? Just click on it once it forms, and it will round off itself. Is that clear?
Yes, it is clear. Thank you very much.
Okay, Daniel. I think I'll just take 2 questions, then we move because we have to. Daniel Akerele.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, okay. During the assignment, I was trying to implement auto layouts. Now, some parts of it, the header part of my work, the auto layouts worked out fine. But when I was trying to use it on the hero section, it gave me a lot of issues. That's why I actually removed it. So now trying to understand what was happening. So I got to know that it's not everything you use auto layout for. So I just want to understand, is that what it is? You don't use auto layout for everything.
So I like that you said with your mouth. There's never seen auto layout for. I saw people that sure you see this ordinary illustration. Like I said, some of you are not doing this because you want to have mark. So let's ordinary this guy you put auto layout. He's not doing anything for you. Just put it there. Let us see that auto layout. I was just like, oh my god. Because the thing that when you put auto layout like this, what you are seeing now is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So technically, when you put this guy here, this guy is not aligned though. Because if this guy that is underneath does not have auto layout, you see that it's 100. This one, technically, this is actually 90, not 100, because it's inside a box. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yes. So truly, it's not everything that I use auto layouts for. Pick the ones that, like, I think since you guys are still beginners, I think you should practice more. And the one you know how to do. Like, they did not say that if you don't use auto layouts, you're a bad designer. Nah. The whole point of using auto layout is to make your own work. It's for efficiency for you, actually for your own good. It's not about the clients now.
I'm sorry, I find auto layouts very stressful actually. I don't know.
That's because it's not stressful. It's normal for it to feel this way, actually. I remember too, many of us we were saying things like style guide, stress. I beg, let me just start designing and putting my colors. In the long run, you see why people use style guide. When you start working on broad projects, you will know why you need style guide. Because let me ask you a question. How will you feel when, let's say you're working in a company, you're working on the SaaS platform, you designed everything, you've done almost all the modules, then, it's design, it's always ongoing. Then they now come, I've told you, please, so we want to change this thing. No, we want to change this button. We don't want it to look like this again. It's like the customers cannot easily see or tap this button. Now you want to change the button. And this button, you feel it in like 100 pages. You now start going there one by one and be making that change. That is the whole point of these things. It's so that when you change it on your component, it reflects everywhere. Do you understand now? Take
Yes,
auto layout. If you've created an auto laid components, for instance, when you change it there, it is going to adjust across like all your designs. That is your point of this things. You are using these things for your own good. It's not actually about the client, not about you, because whether I like the client say what is work by Friday. So like auto layout saves your time. Like when you be using like 30 minutes or 1 hour to be adjusting all your buttons on each page, you could use like 5 minutes, because all you have to do is go to your component and adjust and you're done. Do you get now? Like that is the beauty of auto layouts, components, variants. It's so that it actually accommodates issues like maybe errors, adjustments, and its design is ongoing. You cannot just design and go.
So you have 2 more questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing is talking about the button aspects now. Like I know the component aspect, how to make the component, but then when you make it an auto layout, I think that's when you get this this on the assets page. That's where you get it named as frame, right? So I have issues there where I have my rectangle under it and I don't see it again. If I want to do manipulations on my rectangle, it becomes a lot of stress for me.
Come again about your rectangle thing.
Okay, so when I've done the auto layouts, it brings this frame. If for instance, this learn more about us frame 4. Okay, now the rectangle that is meant to be under it, I can't find it again. So I want to make adjustments on it. I don't know how to do that.
You are saying that when you write, let me give an instance. When you write something like, let's say, tell me more, right? And you click your auto layout, this is what you get. You can't find the box.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say.
Okay. What I did actually was I placed it there with a box. So I have a box there already.
Oh, stress.
You understand?
So basically, yeah. Actually, people do that too, so no stress. Everybody has their own way. All right, so what I just do, see this text, right? I will just auto-lay it. That's auto-laid like that. Like I said the other time, auto-layout is basically your stuff is actually the frame. That is in a frame. The only difference with this and the actual frame or box is that it is auto-laid. Frame is not auto-laid. You do that by adjusting with your hand. Okay, if you want to see an instance, okay, yeah, what am I even going for? Look at what they called it. When you auto-lay something, what does it call itself? It calls itself a frame. Yes, so auto-layout is a frame. So the only thing is the background is not going to, it's not going to have any background. You're always going to decide what it's going to have. So you just come to fill here and you fill it up with whatever it is you want to fill it with. And you style it as usual, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So basically that is it.
Okay, so my last question is the hero section, the image there, because the design I did there is not the one that has this this image. So the image I have cut across all these
I'm going to touch that.
Okay,
I'm going to actually touch that because quite a number of people don't know how to do overlay. Some of you just put text on top of the image.
Okay,
so we're going to do 2 screens, one with that and the other one. So don't worry, I'm going to do that. So I want to rush because I have like 40 minutes.
My work has not been checked, so that's the last thing I wanted to say.
Oh, don't worry, it will be checked. Thank you. Oh, but the last person I'm going to take. No vex, every other person, just drop your comments. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay. The question is this. I noticed you checked my work, but when I sent the link, I didn't enable you to edit the work. So I noticed you were unable.
I don't have to edit it. It's fine. I just have to view.
Okay. Then I was not able to add. I used 3 colors for my design, but I was only able to add 2 colors in the style guide. Is it just 2 colors we're allowed to add? Because that's all I was allowed to add. Or can we add more than 2? Was it just my system?
Okay. Thanks for bringing up the color thing. I should have even mentioned it. See, like I like to the safest way to go is to use minimum as like small colors. Like don't let it be too much. There are some designs I saw like 5-6 colors on one Euro session. Abba, pity of your viewers' eye. It's not fair. Like me, I'm using glasses. I wanted to cry. Like contrast was so poor because there's so like too many colors on each other, right? So as a designer, like play it safe. When you're just starting out, play it safe. Don't be for me. I want to use purple background. I see something. When in doubt, use white. When in doubt, use gray. It will always save you. When in doubt, use those things, right? So I used 2 colors, fine. It's like it's an illustration. Like look at what I even created. Say there's only one color that we have been saying since. Have you guys noticed? I just did just one color since, like just green and my black text. I mean the image that will be here. It's only about simplicity. So when we're going to go to dribble right on this call, and you see what I'm trying to say. Another thing about colors, people should stop stressing yourself, trying to invent colors. You have dribble, you have bare hands. This life now one. Even people that are even badasses, they still go to find inspiration for colors. You can find colors on an image. Let's say you saw someone's clothes. You can just over and get the color code. You can go to dribble. Dribble now does this. And that's why Dribble added that update where they extract colors from a design. So you can just pick. They are not just extracting for extracting sake. They are using it to help other designers, right? Some of all those badass Dribble stuff you are seeing right there, they took color from somewhere. Many, like, it's not, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Like, make your life easy. Another thing is not because we say that you should go and look for inspiration, not the same as go and copy and paste, please. Because when people want to go and do copy and paste, you will catch you. There's Google Lens. Everybody's phone now, almost everybody's phone can snap picture and search online. We find it. So some people go and do copy and paste. Nobody says you should not use another person's work for inspiration for Abba. Copy and paste, like you can even copy the word, copy the image and put it there, plus color. Fear God. So one of the best ways to learn is by actually replicating designs. But I'm not telling you to replicate designs for us here. Replicate on your own so you can actually understand the concept of alignment and look and feel of works. So it's fine to replicate designs on your own. Then you can now use them as inspiration and design. Thank you and God bless. Let us move forward. Time has gone. Somebody. All right, I think. How do you add style guide and purpose on that page? If we have time, we do that one. But right now, I want us to design an e-commerce PM illustration. Basically, adding style guide and components on that page, you just go into another page and adding it like what I did here. That is all. And when you want to use it, all you have to do is come to your assets panel. Can you see? And you can just drag it. That's all. Hopefully that answers the question. Let me go back to the page. Okay, this page. So I want to design an area session. I want to go to another page. Tell me if you see the page. Can you see this page? Remove BG, upload. Oh, you're still seeing Figma.
We can
you can see it. All right, nice. So we want to design an e-commerce area session. So let me go to Dribble so that all these things I'm seeing, let me even show myself doing it. Now I'm a designer. I don't have any idea how my e-commerce page look like. I don't want to have thought. Nothing is coming up. I want to make my life easy. Another thing, yes, another reason why I should always go out there to check other people's work is because design is about consistency, like creating something that people are familiar with. Not just come and create anything out of the blue for your users. People are used to certain things. For instance, now we have tabs on phones. The reason why we have tabs and almost every application creates tabs is because that's what people are used to. You notice applications saying that we want to be special, no tabs. People should find your way on our screen. Doesn't make sense. So people are used to tabs. We give them tabs, right? Same with every other design. Look for things that people are familiar with. If they're familiar with that, don't try to destroy it for them. Like why increase their cognitive load? Make things easy for them. Okay, let's go. I want to design an e-commerce illustration, and I'm not having ideas. So I go to Dribble, I search e-commerce. Right? I don't want this. I want website. So let me open this website. I want application. Okay. Let me see which one. Something very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me try this one. This is what I'm talking about. If you come here, can you see? You can see colors. You can just copy it. So when you come here, copy it, or you can download them. Sorry, or just like download it. But now I use a color picker sometimes. Can you see this color picker? You can just search for any color picker online, their extensions, and add it to your browser. And most of this color picker, I really even remember those things. All right, so this is what I'm trying to, this is my inspiration. I was inspired by this page. Now I want to bring my own to life, right? I go to my page. You can copy the image if you like and paste it there. I really copy images, but let's just put the image there. Maybe just to be seeing the work in case you don't want to be going back. Now this is what I want to see. This is my inspiration. My inspiration is this person's video session. Now we're not going to design exactly what is there. We're just going to use it as a guide. So I come here. Hello? Is that for me? Let me just create any logo. I don't know what we are going to. We don't have logo, sorry. I think I just pay attention because time is going. So I do not want to talk much. I'm just going to work. Text. Which font do I want to use? Let me use Gilroy. I think I want to use Gilroy. Let me use 25. Count make like that. Still looks somehow. It's okay. Just give it a name. Skin shop. Let's act like we are serious people. Let's look for color for it. I want to use this color. Let me practicalize this. So I pick my color. This thing actually pick my color on it. Let me open image in new tab. It's not even a must that because this is even your inspiration, then this is not my color, I'll be using my eyes. Okay, speaking the pink, I don't want the pink. I don't want the pink. Give me something else. Maybe we can pick another person's color. Maybe this image is not just clear. But I'm still using that image, sure. Basically, because I'm using that image does not mean that hey, man is too fast. Because I'm using that image does not mean that we must use everything there. You can get inspiration from different places. So let me use this person's color. Yes, let me use a purple. Let me see if I can speak it. Why now? Fight this thing. No. Still wants to embarrass me. My God does not wear flip-flops. Why are you not copying the button? Okay, yay. Let's go. Let's copy this. All right. So we just come here and give them the color. This is a fake logo. This is not real. Yeah. Let me see how it looks like because sometimes it will look like this. It will look nice on your board once you play it. It's not look nice. Let me see. Yeah, and that thing you guys should try to be playing somebody's hand on this thing. Somebody has played on this whiteboard. I can see growing up and anyways. Okay, look like it's looking nice. So let's say skin shop. Okay, let us proceed. You can see that I'm maintaining my 100 margin, right? So let's add maybe icons. No, let's add text. Let's add text. You need to be fast. Products, collections, Just name this one. No, that home thing is too outdated. Collections, new arrivals, and I'm not even stressing myself. Just to leave this. Let it arrange by itself first. 40. I want to change the text size. 20 is too big. Make it the popular 16. Let's not use 00. Never use 00. Some people use 00. And I mentioned in that day, people still use it. Let's use 555. Let's add blog. Yeah. Okay. Is it aligned? Doesn't look like it is. So I will know now. Okay. There those are our icons. Iconify. I'm never like TP. For me, I like using flat icons, not Iconify. But people should know that there are other plugins here. So let me just go into flat icons is stress. There's no flat icons plugin here. So also when using icons, true. If you're using a full icon, maintain it. You cannot come and use full icon here. Then when you want to now put, let's say you want to use yes, let me use profile. Full icon is one that is full, like this, like colored. Let me just use this. This is a line icon. This is a full icon. That is like if it is colored. While if a line icon is as if you just sketched it with lines. This thing. Now to hey, see the people's profile. What is my shepherd? I'm saying car. Okay, we'll manage this like that. Then put this on. Let us put search. Let me use this one. Please search. I will not advise that you use this. It's not like you want to put spoon there. This is one that everybody is to use. Thank you. Save or wish list. Hey, don't write love by myself. Even love no shoe. Let us just manage something like that. Well, let me try. This is why I like my flat icon. Yeah. Done. Let's just continue. Time is going. I just want to show you people this stuff in real time. That's so 24, no, it's not 24. Yeah, 24. 24. Make this one the 555 that we used. Can you see the stress I'm going to write 555? If I have my style guide, I'll not write 555. I will just select from my styles. Although I can still select from the other side, but it's not the same. It's not the same seamlessness. So let's just group this one, call it nav bar. Now let's add our text. Shop the latest skin collection on huge discounts. Okay, let's make our hero session like 55. Yep. 100. I think this is where I want you to stay. Let's give this one 20. So the reason why this guy is darker than this guy is because it's a heading and there should be a difference. There should be a difference between this guy and this guy, right? In this context. So let me just add something below. I don't think there's a must in this place, but let's just add. I don't know what to write. So bear with me. Can see we are maintaining our own trade thanks to our grid. Our grid is showing us that auntie, miss road. Auntie, you are missing road. It's showing us those things. Okay. I want to make it different here. Well, let's make it 50. Now let us add our button. Shop now. Learn more. Let me even write both of them. Let me just put my opinion out. Yeah. Now let's make this one 25, 25, 15, 15, 10. The name is 5. Using tape too much. It's not a cost. Okay. Then fill it with our purple. Is it purple? Is it purple? Okay, I think that's purple. Then it's not white. Okay. Cafe 30. No time to be doing grants and whatever. So this to what's important. What am I doing? All right. But is everyone following though? If you're not following, just signify. Okay, we'll come back to the questions. But is everyone following, please? Okay, I think I see you guys using the piano. Okay, thank you for following. So if you don't, you can always check out your work.
Yeah,
like, okay, this thing looks like ice cream. Okay, I think I'll change the color. It's not looking like screenshot. But anyways, let's continue. Since too short though. Let me add lorem up here, my big. Where is lorem? FGH. I hate to do no later. Hey, how did I used to use again? See lorem up here. I be with lorem. Okay, generator. We shall find out. 2 paragraphs. No, I just want a sentence. Thank you. Lessons to you. Okay. This is our hero text. Now I want to add image. You can just go on Splash from your screen to add image. You don't have to go to your browser, but if you like me, I'm old school. I never get used to this. I will always go to my browser. So maybe because I just like the fact that I have a vast space to play with, or like this box. Maybe it's probably why I still go to my flat icons. But yeah, I like going to my browser. But you can just come here. Let's look for skin. I've downloaded what I want to use. Sure. Let's see. See, let me show me the same result. It's short for the. Okay, I think I wrote skincare. Not showing me the same results. Anyways. Okay, I think let me take this. But now this is the thing, yeah, I can't even use this self. What am I saying? I want to remove the background. I want to show you guys how to remove the background, but my remove BG is not working. Remove BG as a background, as a plugin, yeah. But I just go to the browser. So let me just show you guys. Let me download the image. I think I've downloaded the image before self. I'll show you guys how to remove background, because I feel like some of you wanted to remove background from the image, but you couldn't. So just put the image like that. But let me show you how to remove background. Let me download. Okay, let me download this lady again. Image 1. So you just come to remove.bg. You also have a plugin on Figma, but I don't know, my own is not working. I've clicked and I've given up. So I just need to go to their website to just bring the image here. You can drag the image or take it from your. What is leaving comments? Okay, 2 minutes answering. So once you put it here, it will automatically remove the background for you. So our background is off. You just download it. Okay. Don't need you. Okay, so let's say I've already created a box to just indicate that this is where my image will be, for instance. The hero session, right? I think this frame is too big for I mean, not entirely sure, but this context is too big for me. So you can just come here and place my image. But in this context, I don't think I really need a box because I'll show you guys what I'm trying to create, why I said that. But let's just go. This will be removed. So you click on place image. I should have showed you guys. Sorry. I think many people use the old mask thing. I'm really a fan of that mask thing because that your background is still there. So this is the box I want to place my image. I click on the box. I click on files. I click on file. Then I click on place image, or you can just do Ctrl+Shift+K right from here if you like. So when you click on this, it opens up your file on your laptop, and you just click on the image you want and just place it on the box. You see that I already entered the box, but this is not what I'm going for. But yeah, we have our e-commerce, but this is not what I'm trying to design. I can always expand if I want. Oh, I'm expanding this control. I can always expand if I want. So the reason why I'm expanding and the stuff is not looking skewed is because I press Control and I'm dragging my image. So when you press Control and drag your image, your stuff will not look skewed. Your image, it will look okay. So we've actually created our e-commerce website, like Shikena. Like what we asked from you people is something very, very simple. Something simple. We've created our e-commerce website, like it's consistent, it is aligned, our 100, we're maintaining it. Okay, this one is not 100, okay? 29. Okay. It is 100. See now, going back to check your work, we actually lets you know where you've made mistakes. So I think we've done that part. Then the one that person mentioned about putting all your image as the background and the overlay thing. Let me do it now because I noticed that some people had issues overlay. Oh, you raised it. Don't worry, we're going to collect questions. I want to finish everything first. So let's add an image. To add an image, of course, like I said, let me just put my box. I'm not touching the send to back. Okay, if you want to maintain this guy, it's not gonna work like this. You have to put a background for it. If you're going to create that overlay thingy, if you're going to, this I'm going for sure. Send to back. You make you white. First and see what happens. Try like you as 40. You can make it 35. Let me reduce this one, -4. Okay. So I want to put my image. If I place image, let's use something. Okay, let's also use the same picture, but this time to have background. I don't think it makes sense to put it with that background. Keep this, please. Hello. It's not placing. Okay, thank God. So now it's like this. If I just put my text, it will not work. See how it looks like. Also, even black cannot even work, even if I put overlay. So another thing is you should know what works. Like work on your contrast. Don't just say, oh, black text, so yeah, put it there. Nah. Know what works. If you put black text, will not work. Maybe white will work, but still it is not the contrast is not enough. So we are going to place an overlay so that we can see what's up. All right, so let's take this out. We're going to place an overlay. These are my place overlay. Here we add another box on it. Sorry, bring it forward. Even mistake, I'm not saying. Okay, so what you have to do is, I don't think C++ is dark enough. Depends on what you want to use, Sha. I'm not using purple. I want to use black. Let me use 2, yeah. So you just reduce the pass-through to 20, or no, 20 is too light, or 40, the one that works, Sha. When you are designing, you will see the difference. Can you see the difference now that I have placed it? If you want it to be darker a bit, fine, you can make it 50. You can see the difference when you place your overlay. Let's make this let's place this in the middle because I don't think it makes sense. There. Okay, why? Okay. It is grouped, that's why. Okay, I'm going to centralize it. It's a bit tiny. Okay. All right, let's bring our buttons. I don't like this button. Anyways, I think I'll just, let me try something. I think white is better in this context than the stroke. So you see how I did not say because somebody used full and stroke here, it will work for me here. No, it should know what works for you. You are doing overlay, you want to put that kind of color on top of this thing, it will not be visible enough. That's why I changed it to a full button and maybe turn this to white or something more visible. So you should always know what works. As you are working, be looking at your contrast. Does this color lay well? It does not lay well. I don't even know if my English is correct, but you guys understand what I'm saying. So yeah, so we have two different looks, same e-commerce site. So now let's have your questions. Or before I even do that, I'm supposed to ask if it's even clear at all. So this is our results. Let me close this. These are our results. So whatever format you are trying to do works. It's all about how you arrange them. You can use whatever format. You can decide that you don't want this one to be centralized. You want everything to be left, right. There's nothing wrong. There's no one size fits all. Just make sure that it makes sense. I mean, it still works. So whatever it is that you want to do, just let it make sense. So now I'll take questions. I think I'll start with the people raising up their hands while I go through the comments. Daniel, please shoot. If you have questions, please start shooting. I think we have a little bit of 25 minutes.
Okay, so my question is about the overlay because in graphics, what we
wait,
do.
before you ask your question, sorry.
Okay.
What I just did now, if you understand, please raise up your hand. Or if you follow through, not if you understand, because everything I did there is just like an interpretation of what I've been saying. So if you have any question, drop your hand first. But if you understood or you follow through and got the point a bit, just raise your hand, please. Okay, I can see tons of hands. Oh, shit, that's good. All right. Who that have questions? Yeah, all of you that understand, put your hand down. Who that have questions, raise up your hand now. Thank you. All right, Daniel, shoot.
Okay, so I was saying because I started learning graphics as I learned UI UX too. So, but then in graphics, what they say is if you are going to overlay something like this, you place maybe you want to use dark color or you want to use dark color. You place your dark color 100% under your image. So your image is what you reduce because so that you can still have this refined look. This
yes, I see. I'm asking it, Abby.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why when I was doing that, I said this is how I do my own. It's not a must that you must use like this. If you want to mask, it's fine, but this has always worked for me. It's what I've been using. Do you get like there are methods to these things? For instance, lab button thing we're doing. Some people use frame, some people use box, some people use auto layout. It's all around the same thing. So if that is what works for you, okay, like even this placing of image, you saw what I did. I placed it directly. I'm not really big on the whole masking thing on everything. I mean, I like it in some areas. But when it comes to placing image, I don't really like it because all those things I use will still be there. So I like to just place my image inside my box. See now, this stuff is calling itself rectangle. With the image, everything is now one. I don't like having my box because if you mask it, you still see the box, you still see the image. And I don't like seeing that. That's why I like making it this way. So you can mask it, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. This is just my style. Do you get?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kodri Taiwo.
Okay.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, so basically, my question varies actually. So the other time you said you couldn't take question anymore. So my first question
What do you
is,
say?
I said my question varies, like is in different sections. So the other time you said you couldn't
Okay.
take questions anymore, so I had to drop my hand. So I'll make them very,
All
very
right.
short. Let's say I make a style guide for my color. I make a color style guide. Then after
Okay.
I finish my designing, I notice that some colors aren't working. I want to change them. If I
Mm-hmm.
automatically change colors from my style guide, is it going to change everything across my design?
Like if automatically change color on your style guide.
Is it going to affect my design? Mommy says you should come. Go and meet mommy. Go and meet mommy. Sorry about that.
Okay, so you said that if you've created like your color here now, right? And you use them
Yes,
here. If you change it
yes.
here, will it affect that person, the other one there? Yes, it will. That's why it's style guides. Like as long as you are
No,
using it. Or what do you
no,
mean?
I'm not talking about the component. I'm talking about the color generally because for my task, I make a color style guide, like the color I'll be using all through my design. Do you get that?
I'm coming. Let us see it by ourselves. So let me say rubbish. Let us add this one as a guide. Let us gray one. Some story difference so that we can see the difference. Okay, with that. One. Sorry guys, I just want to be sure. I don't want to say what I'm not sure of. Thank you. All right, so if I use it here now. Okay. I like seeing what I'm doing. I cannot see anything here. So I'm going to just change it to, yes, list view. Thank you. This one to gray. This one to wine. So you are saying that if you change it here, Abby, that what happens?
Yes.
So the thing, if you
Yes.
want to change it here, safe, I'm coming. Let us now see what will happen here. See, to change. So I was correct. I don't want to be sure. Yeah, it will change. As long as you use it here, if you change it here, it will change here. I've never had to like change my style, have I? That is why I was not sure. All right. So that is clear, Abby.
Okay. Yeah, that's very, very clear. That's very, very clear. Then another question is, what's the size of the frame you use for your desktop?
Okay, so yeah, so typically I recommend that you use if you want to use the MacBook Pro, use the 1440. And if you want to use the desktop, use the 1440 as well, than using the smaller sizes. Yes, I recommend that you use 1440. That's what the one that starts with 140 by whatever, but that width of 140, I recommend you use that.
Okay. So one more question, then I'm done. So now, if I want to make a design of anything, because basically I like making my own design from scratch. I don't go to Dribble to go and check. I just like imagine what I want, and I come up with it. Like the assignment I did, I didn't check anybody's. I just come up with something I want and I do it. Now, if I want to come up with a design like something I see, I'll just copy the image and put it in my Figma same page. Then I'll look through it. Then I'll try and as much as possible to make sure I'm copying a particular thing. Let's say I'm using the same color on the design. Is that okay?
Like you're saying that, what did you say the last part? Copying them the color, Abby?
Yes, like if I bring the design into my Figma, I can copy from it, but I just make sure maybe I'm copying the color and not the same design that is being done.
No, it's fine. That's what we just did. We just picked a color from Dribble. There's nothing wrong picking colors. Those people are saying they want to pick color too. Although there's some people that actually, I mean, it happens. Especially the more you design it, the more you start picking colors yourself. It will happen effortlessly. But there will be times when, even as you know the colors, so you will still go and pick color. That is why I don't know if you follow some pages on Instagram. You see them show you like there are some color palette things. Yes, and they will tell you their inspiration. Sometimes it's just from an artwork. It's not even from UI design at all. So you can pick colors from anywhere. It's totally fine.
Basically,
And about
I'm
designing,
more of a monochrome person.
no, I understand you're designing from scratch. I remember my very first journey, my internship. That was one of my reviews. It was Tolu does not know how to copy. To be honest, it's a good thing. At the same time, it can be a bad thing. What should save you like 20 minutes? Take you 1 hour. Do you get? So you going to check other people's design does not mean that you don't know what you are doing. If anything, it shows that you know what you are doing. It means that you understand that there is something somewhere, and it shows that you are smart. It shows that you understand that there's something somewhere that has already been established to make my work easier. I mean, why hardship when someone can just make their lives easy? Another thing is that it helps you know that, okay, something has been established. There's a pattern somewhere that people are used to. You don't reinvent patterns. Patterns have been established. So you work with that pattern when you are designing. Just like that illustration I gave about, there are tabs already. You cannot just say, oh, I don't even want us to be having tabs again. How we put that tab on your screen? There's no tabs. People already used to tabs, isn't it? That's how they tap. So you place tabs as well. Instagram has tabs. Twitter has tabs. There's a reason they have tabs.
Okay, so thank you. So another thing again, I noticed your design wasn't as full. The frame used for your design wasn't as full. Did you crop it up? You crop the height?
The height, yeah, I cropped the height. So typically for each sessions, I tend to use between I think 400, 500, 700. It depends. Actually, it depends on design, because the design I'm trying to create here do not require the old 1000 or something. I mean, there's no need.
Okay, yes. I understand. But basically, what I do is that because I'm taking a class on 3W school, so there's a way there's a way I gauge. I already know where every screen will stop if you are scrolling. So there's a way I put.
Exactly. Exactly. So I always know where. Yes, true. You have a point.
So I'll know when you are scrolling where it's going to put the
exactly, which is why I cut it. Imagine my button is here, stressed. Someone that is using a small laptop will be able to see shop now and learn more.
Exactly.
So that is the point of cutting the screen. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Philip.
Yeah, you're welcome. So someone asked that, how did I get that text, the Lauren Opium? So is it Opium that I said this? Hey, English. Anyways, what I did was, you come here, you go to plugins, then you see Lorem. There are two Lorem Opium plugins. So the one I use is the one that you have to have a text somewhere. Where is it now? Already past L. Hey God, this headache is messing with me. Okay, you see where this one you have to have a text somewhere. You see, tell you to select some text layer. So when say, so you just generate. You can generate their sentences. You can generate more than one. You can generate 10, or you can generate a paragraph or just words. If you just want to do 10 words, and when you click on generate, it does start for you. Or you can just do this one, whether you have text or not. Plugins, Lorem, generator, JKL, okay. So you just write it. I want 2 sentences. It creates it for you. That's all. Can you see? So that's it. Is anyone raising up their hands? Okay, Ruth. Sorry, I missed you. Sorry, Ruth. Please ask the question.
Okay. I don't know if I don't know if my question was the one the guy that just spoke up for. While I was trying to do this assignment, I used the frame that I saw on my Figma as desktop, but it was not as long as yours, and I don't know why.
Screen you used, right? So maybe you probably used MacBook 1152, which was why I said I would recommend that you use the 1440. So there are various frames here. You have for phone, you have tablets, you have desktop, you have presentation, watch, paper, anyone you want. So now you are designing a website. Typically, I will assume that you go to desktop, like the website, so it's desktop. Or it's not because I'm designing a website, they are going for desktop. You are designing for a laptop screen, right? A computer screen. That's why you're going for desktop. So if we told you to design a mobile app, or we told you to design the mobile view of of a website, you go to phone. So basically you went to desktop and maybe you selected MacBook 1152 instead of 1440. I think that's what happened.
Okay. Also, my second question concerning this auto layout thing.
Yes.
To be very honest, I've tried it a couple of times and it's very annoying.
No, the more you practice, nobody's going to be for no new auto layout. It's as like I said, auto layout for your own good. So just practice more. Actually, I don't think I did not learn auto layout. I'm just be honest with you guys. I did not go to YouTube to go and look for how to use auto layout. I was just playing with it on Figma. So one thing I've noticed is the more you do something, the more you actually discover things. Right? The more you start designing, you start discovering things that even I might not even know. Some shortcuts you will discover them on your own. So you just keep practicing. Even that auto layout, keep practicing. It becomes intuitive for you. Start realizing, okay, can this place be auto laid? What do I have to do for this angles to be auto laid? So don't worry, nobody's going to skin your life for it.
All right. Also concerning auto layout, these two buttons here. I did something like this, but when I tried to do the outline or the stroke for the second one,
this one,
the one that has one, yes, it was looking a lot bigger than the other one.
Wait, you said when you put your stroke, no, it's not supposed to be so. Okay, for instance, now we've made this button, Abby. We now want to create this same button, but this time should be a stroke. All you have to do is close this fill because we don't want the fill. Can you see where there's fill here? You just close it, it disappears. But what you have is a blank. It looks like it's blank, but it's not blank. It's because our text is white and some white background. So what you'll be seeing is white, but a text is there. So what do? You now add stroke to your. You just click on stroke. You add stroke to your box. It gives you black, right? Automatically. You change it to the color that you want. We are still seeing as if it's blank. It's not blank, like I said. There's a text inside. That is this shop now text that is white. And you change it to purple. You can see that nothing has changed. So your stuff is not supposed to be bigger. If it's bigger, maybe your stroke was very big and you made it outside or something. See now. See, if I make the stroke outside, when you come here, I make it outside. If I make it inside, it's to enter inside. If I make it outside and the size is too big, so maybe that's what happened. You should always like check this side of this. I don't know what to call it. If I'll call it toolbox or something. This side, always check your things when you select on them. When you select on this, is in the right proportion? Are there decimals? This is where you start realizing where you've missed it. It's always at this side. Don't miss it. So I think that is all. Nobody has questions. I can't see any raised hand. Okay, there's Emeka. Oh yeah, so that's Emeka. That is the end. We don't try it tonight. Oh yeah, Emeka, please ask your question.
Okay. Thank you very much for the class so far. Just quickly, it's a straightforward question, but I just want to know the shortcut, the keyboard shortcut you use. Like when you want to centralize your text or the image, like the dimensions, like the one that gives you different dimensions on the left, right, center, that's the 4 coordinates. So I don't know what's.
Okay, is it this part?
Like, you did it a lot. Like when you
Okay, when I wanted to centralize, Abby.
Something like that. Like you get the dimensions in the 4 corners. So I don't know how.
Okay. So what I did was, I don't know if that's what you're saying, but I think I'll just touch on it too. I think you are saying. So with my grid, I've established my margin to be 100. So when I was placing these guys, I made sure that they did not pass 100. When I place this one, it did not pass 100. When I place at the other side, not pass 100. I mean, I've already established that. It's not like your notebook. I don't know if any of us did that thing. If you used that book when you were younger, okay, what did I press? Okay, where they wrote, sorry. Where they wrote, let me just open this for him. I don't know why my distance is not going back. Open in editor. I don't know if anyone of you did that thing where they wrote that this thing that did not write in the margin. Have you ever, like, I don't know if you've ever had that book when we were little, our notebook is to have that, or like always exam paper. Yes, they'll be like, do not write in the margin. That is your point of grid. So grid is telling you do not put designs in the margin. That's what grid is telling you. Sorry, still coming up. So when you create your grid, you know how to establish, like you said, your four corner coordinator, whatever it is called it. So you know how to establish it. It's because I'm on it here. Okay, now let me go back here. All right, so you know how to establish that, okay, this place is 100. So you know that this is 100, this is 100, this is 100. Then for the other one, I think you might be saying was that when I did this guy, for instance, they looked scattered. Let's say this one was here, this one was here. So all I did, like I told you, Otole has always save you. I just did like this and shift A. It's autolate for me. So this one goes to autolate like this because that is what is picked up. I can always change it myself anyway. So it's autolate for me. That was what happened basically for that one. Then the one of centralizing on the page, all I did was like for example, let me just use this one. Okay, they are all grouped. So let me ungroup them. This text, let's say it is here, right? And I want it to be centralized. You just come here. Can you see this? To centralize. If you click here, it will be left aligned. If you click here, it will be right aligned. But if you click here, it will go up, but to be centralized. If you click here, it will be in the middle. If you click here, it will go down. That is the point of this guys here. Okay. Basically, that's what I did. So I think that one is clear now, Abby.
Thank you. That was not the exact question, but
Hey, you were just watching me. That man did go.
No. I learned from what you just said. I actually learned one or two things from what you said. What I was asking is, like, when you are moving, let's say this shop, the header text now that is there.
Okay.
When you are moving, like normally on Figma, when I usually move an image or let's say a group of text, I will just see the dimensions it usually gives us. It tells you the distance, what units I would like call this?
You're talking about this?
Yeah, like the fact, the one that you get it on the four corners, so that you know whether it's well aligned or not four corners.
Okay, how did I do that? It's well aligned. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, like,
why you ask me on Slack because of time. Okay. I'll respond. Don't worry. Just ask me on Slack. Okay. Thank you. Someone said WAEC bookless. Thank you. Yes, it's WAEC. All right. I think that's what we are going to take for now. Divine, we are very sorry. Maybe put your comments while Ike actually closes. And if I can be answering in the comments, that'll be fine. All right, Divine Precious. Ike, I think I'm done. Over to you, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Tolu, for the class, and thank you to every mentor on the call, Boma Chidera, Ward, Uchenna, Marachi. Thank you all for being in attendance. Okay, so just to reiterate for people who actually didn't come on the call earlier. So one person, one track, one submission policy is still strictly ongoing. Please do not be caught in the crossfires. Okay, thank you very much. Try as much as possible to finish up your task. Some of you that had comments, okay, please try as much as possible to make the necessary corrections and resubmit before the submission link is deactivated. Okay, so thank you all. Please, if you have any question, just make sure you send it to the Ask a Mentor channel or the UIUX channel, and the mentor will react to that. So thank you very much, and do have a wonderful night's rest.